Welcome into the dive, everyone. It's me and the German Dave and a late Dash. I'm gonna call him out nice and early. Dash isn't here yet. No, he's just joined. Okay, it happens. He's coming hot in from work, so he's gonna be razzle dazzle. That's all right, guys. Give us a good old like and subscribe. We are currently live on YouTube, Twitch, X, Instagram, and Kick. So whichever platform you do find us on, like us everywhere. And hi, Dash.
Hi, guys.
Hola, amigo.
Still has the blazer on. Yeah, you can tell he's fresh from work.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. No, I'm just trying to do my best Kamoli impersonation here.
Not too bad. Looking all right. Need to up the French.
Will the chat hate you for it? That's the question.
Oh, I'm all here for it. Bring in all of your animosity and anger, you little sons of bitches.
There's a lot, okay, with all the shit that I've seen social media here in the past few days, we're not the worst. There is an account on the Milan side that beats everyone in terms of negativity and pessimism.
Really?
Oh, yes.
Why would Milan be pessimistic?
Oh, my God. It's just this one guy, and he is next level. So sometimes you just have to take a step back and appreciate it. Appreciate what you do have.
Is the channel name called the Rossiniere Zone?
Yeah. You know what? It may as well be. I can't remember off the top of my head, but it is. There's not many English YouTube podcasts, Milan podcasts in the English language. So, I mean, figure it out. That's out there. But, all right, I'm going to put a poll up as well. I want to hear what your guys' thoughts are. It's going to take me a minute. Like, we're going to talk about our thoughts tonight, clearly. But I want to know what the chat thinks. Oh, how well we did. Let's see how optimistic or pessimistic the fan base is. How are you guys feeling about it?
Fine. I think the one thing we got to do is we got to define what it means for a January transfer market, right?
That's a good point, yeah.
The January transfer market, believe it or not, is not where you buy stars or foundational pieces. Yep. The January transfer market is the market that you patch holes to secure your objective. And by patch holes, I mean depth pieces, not, buying a Doosan, because it never bodes well when you buy a foundational piece in January. You want to look at pieces of improvement in positions of improvement, and based off of your depth chart, that is where you invest and you bring in pieces. You do not bring a structural piece in January. That is the rule. Anyone on Twitter that is whining and complaining about it, y'all need to learn some business and some finance crap, because January generally negatively impacts your book. So unless you've got a shit ton of money you're sitting on, which you would have already spent it in the summer, you don't go big in January.
And we didn't have money. That's the biggest thing that we try to get across here, is that we didn't have money. So Davide Caruso, how's it going? I was just actually thinking about you today, because the last time we talked, I think I just kind of ghosted you because I was out of signal. And I'm sorry. It was a couple months back. But no, I feel bad, and then I forget to follow up on people. So I'm glad you're here. But he's saying Kamoli equals Giuntoli. I guess we'll kind of figure that out as we discuss this tonight.
Oh, Kamoli would have spent 30 million on Emil Holm.
Listen, the fact of the matter is there's nuances here, and it's not black and white. And to discuss these types of things.
Oh,
no, and I know it's a pun. It's so corny. No, please, don't even embarrass me with that. No, it's not a pun. But it's literally there's nuance to all of these situations, and each team has their own different nuance, right? So, going back to that Milan account that I was looking at, and it's man, you're missing quite a bit of nuance in what's going on in your own club. This coming from a Juve guy, right? So, we deserve to explore, for the sake of our own club, we deserve to explore what those nuances are, and kind of why this transfer market played out the way that it did. And first and foremost, that's because we we didn't have any liquidity in our finances to really go out and spend. If you noticed, the most we kind of put forward on the table was a 5 million euro loan. That's like the money we had to do something with. So take that into account. And secondly, is as Dash said, January's to patch holes. Even if we had the money, the deals are better in the summer. If you don't absolutely need to panic buy, then don't do it. So to go on a couple of the failures, if you will, as people will label them, and I don't personally think they're failures because, I mean, one was quite obvious with Mateta, but they explored what was available, what was in their price range, with what they can think they can make a deal for the profile they needed very specifically. A money ball approach, if you will. And Nasiri told us to go screw ourselves. Okay. Mateta, thank fuck, because he's out 3 to 4 months now. Because Palace sandbagged everyone. And fuck those guys for doing that. And I'm glad that thing went through. It's absolutely
just what was it, like 6 days ago against Chelsea, which is crazy to me.
Well, it came out in December that he chose not to have the surgery, and that was probably to try to hold on to see. I bet you they made a deal. The fact that Palace was insisting on like the 40 million cash up front, like the balls on these guys to think they can get away with it, and now
they wanted to fuck people over. That's
absolutely
clear cut. Like he has 18 months. Oh, sorry, whatever's left. Yeah, pretty much 18 months left on his contract, and he will be able to choose in a year's time wherever he wants to go, anyways. So they tried to milk the other clubs just to get some money in before the value like dramatically decreases. And it already decreased. Like in the summer, he was worth around 55 to 50 million. That's what some clubs almost paid, but they were losing players left, right, and center, so they decided to keep him.
So, in the grand scheme of things, the fact that we avoided Mateta is a huge win.
Yep.
I think it's, again, a bigger win that we haven't mentioned is we didn't cave into inflated prices, because that's what January is. It's overinflation on prices on players because they know it's a crucial need. Because that's why, again, I'll use some of the players that we brought in last year, right? Or Vega, right? Was just a dry loan with no option to buy because, all right, we'll give them to you, but you're not going to keep them. Same thing with Lloyd Kelly, because at the time, yes, it's been going well, but at the time, that wasn't inflated value. Was it not?
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. So
honestly, if we had done that in the summer after, like for example, or the summer like before we got him, he would have been 5 million cheaper, maybe, like around the 15 million mark instead of 20 plus.
Probably. I mean, that's 25% that you could have saved. That's a lot of money. So there's wins. There's definitely wins in here. And I mean, Jeff kind of says it generally speaking here. The pluses. Juve get a fullback, and if I sealed his negatives, not finding a 9. But yes, the fact that we didn't get a 9 in a sense is also a win, right? And these are reading between those lines, these nuances that we're talking about, that you can't just like, oh, it's a failure or it's a success. It was what it was. And we're going to go through the names here in a minute, but when you start looking at what we did with a shoestring budget, I mean, we could have done worse. I don't think we could have done a whole lot better with what we had and what was available. I mean, tell me I'm wrong. I don't care. Like, maybe I'm missing something, but let's get into the names. Let's see what this team did. And just for the sake of getting the fluff out of the way, I'm going to start with the next gen because they are worth mentioning. We did actually quite a bit for the next gen. So arrivals. These are all the January arrivals for the next gen. So 3 of them end of loan, so they're coming back. Okay. Then you have one guy promoted, in Patrick Mazurda. But they also got a loan for Gabriel Mulazzi, a right back. Now this one's interesting. I'm gonna fuck his name up. Justin Oboavwoduo. Somebody help me. Dave, do you know this one any better?
I'm not better at Nigerian. Sorry.
Yes, Nigerian English, coming from Man City.
Honestly, alone the fact that he is Man City's academy, like given the fact that most of City's like young players, like more often than not, are pretty good players. Like not all of them become world class or whatever, but they get good players every now and then. Like they have the O'Reillys, the Simpson Pusey, if you remember that name. They did I say Cole Palmer, who is at Chelsea now, was a Man City graduate? Phil Foden, like they yeah, he learned at their academy until he broke into the team. Yeah, why not? Why not? Center forward. When was the last time we had a proper center forward? So let's see what he turns into.
And it's just a matter of not finding a whole lot of space, as we'll see with this next one. I think Dave, you'll probably know a little bit more on this next one, but same idea. Just not enough room in the academy to grow forward. There's other guys kind of in line, so we're snatching guys and putting them in our academy. But Adine Lechina from Bayern 2. I'll let you have this one, Dave.
Honestly, I admit I'm not watching third division.
Threw you on the spot. I just want the German shit.
Germany is like, I do not watch minors.
I know. No, he is supposed to be a very good talent, and Bayern fans are angry about that because they actually think they are missing out on the like new Yildiz, basically.
Yeah, that's what I went to as soon as I saw this.
Yeah. No, I like it. Why not? Like, dude, we have to get young players. We have to boost the next gen because you want the next gen to perform well, and at the end of that, you want them to either raise their value so you can maybe gain a profit from it, or you want them plain and simple to break through. So yeah.
And the best part, now there's resale values on these guys. However, if you look at the two most exciting ones, and they are rather exciting, these are guys that could potentially and could very well be in the first team. I mean, right away if it gets bad enough, honestly, but hopefully not. That means there's injuries, but free transfers for both of those guys. They're running out of contract, not getting the space that they needed. Yeah, I mean,
did we get anything? Did we get any numbers on Justin?
We are light on numbers right now, which is surprising.
Because I was wondering because of the resale clauses and everything, or sell on. Sorry, not resale. Sell on.
Yeah, sell on clause. Yeah, and that's unfortunate. I figured going 4 hours after the deadline closes, we would have a little more on the numbers, but no, they're just not out yet, unfortunately.
Okay. There, we will see. We'll find out at some point.
Yeah.
No, but it's good. Young talents. We like the young players,
Yeah, and I'll let you correct my pronunciation on this Turkish name. Teoman Gündüz. Gündüz. Okay. I didn't completely trash it.
No,
but from Triestina for 100K a cam. Yeah, just more depth, but two guys, as Davide Caruso was asking, could these guys play for the first team? I would say Justin. I'm just gonna call him Justin.
I would call him Justin as well. I would stay with Justin.
Yeah, and Lechina, they very well could. 19, coming from Bayern and Man City's youth. I mean, this could actually be exciting. So we'll have to pay attention. At the very least, the next gen needed reinforcements because a certain previous management kind of sold them off. So we're slowly rebuilding on that front.
And I think Mulazzi was done like a few months ago, right? I think that was reported a while ago. It just went through because it's winter then.
Yeah, we're just
right?
kind of
But
recapping
I
everything.
think we secured that a while ago.
Yeah, unfortunately, does not say here when the deals were closed, but we won't dwell on it. And departures, a lot of loans. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 loans, and they lost 3 to free transfer. Torrikia, left back, he was actually with the team for a while, but I
He
don't
was
think he
there
was really.
forever.
He wasn't really cutting it. It goes to Virtus and Tella instead of be like not cutting it in the sense that the trajectory into Juve was not going to be there, but clearly going up to Serie B, he was ready to. At 22, he's got to start taking that next step. And that's part of it too, right? You have to let these young kids move on. If they're not going to jump into Serie A, you're going to lose them to at least Serie B. Perotti and Birdman. So I know we're not going to spend too much time on this. I know people don't really know these guys so much. So let's get rid of this. Let's talk about the men, the non-minors.
The main event.
The main event. Okay. Let me just bring up this other tab. Okay, and we will go with the departures first, because why not? Jonas Rühi. He's on the cusp of what you would call next gen / first team, but he was with the first team. Is this going? Yeah, just loans. I believe this one's a dry loan. 6 months. Getting some game time. Cool. Exactly what we needed, honestly.
All right. He won't see playing time with us, so might as well send him. Yeah, send him elsewhere.
Yeah, and that's necessarily B team. So yeah, he's going to be starting. He should be starting, having regular minutes there. That's not a horrible move. I like it when a player wants to continue with Juve, even though his chances might be slim. He wants the chance to prove himself. Okay, see what you do in Serie B. Come back in the summer, and we'll go from there. I'll touch on Daniele Rugani then. We're getting to the serious shit now. So thanks for sticking with all the boring crap. We'll get into the good stuff.
One of our favorites.
I'm a little sad. You know, there's a part of me that is sad about losing Daniele Rugani. But what do you feel? You guys sad a little bit, at least emotionally?
No, not really.
No, you don't care.
I made
the whole Walgani thing.
No, I know, but it's. I mean, you get something out of it, right? Like it's. I don't see where he gets used. Right? Like it just, for me, it's difficult to look at it. I mean, Spalletti hasn't really featured him much at all. And then even like with previous managers, I don't think so. I think at this point, making me blush. When I look at it at this point, because your main center backs are going to be Bremer, Gatti, and then Bremer, Kelly, Gatti.
Yes.
I had to catch myself there before I sounded like an idiot. And then Gatti's your third, especially if you're playing the 4-2-3-1. At that point, your fourth one is going to be a prospect player, a developmental piece.
We are looking for center backs anyways. Like we are trying to secure something for the summer. Now, I don't think it's gonna be Senesi because like clubs with more money will be after him. But it looks like we are at least looking for center backs, so we will get a fourth one in there. And then maybe the fifth one, the emergency center back, will be one from, I don't know, a prospect or whoever from the next gen, or we use Kalulu in a game here or there.
Lulu could do it, especially now that you have Holm. It's a possibility. My concern is, and it's actually not listed here, I guess it didn't go through, Transfer Market didn't get on top of it, but Pedro Felipe, I thought that would put him up into that hierarchy. But he's also loaned out now, or loaned with potential obligation. So we might lose Pedro Felipe. At least for the 6 months we've lost him, right? So my concern, yes, we've moved to that back four. Now we're essentially stuck to a back four because there's no reinforcements whatsoever.
I don't mind. It's our best lineup.
No, it's fine, but you don't have the depth. You've lost. You actually weakened your defensive depth there a little.
Honestly, I don't think we did. I don't think we did.
But there's injuries though, right?
No, I agree, but with us getting Holm, I think that helps us. You can play Kalulu maybe at center back. Honestly, Holm is even taller than Kalulu, so you can maybe try that there. But he barely played minutes at center back. But he's 192 tall. Sorry, 1.92 for the people with metric system out there. He's pretty tall, and then you have basically finally two fullbacks that you can play. And if you have center back injuries, you can move one of them to center back, and you still have McKennie as emergency fullback if you need to do that. Honestly, I just think the flexibility is still there. I don't think there's as much of a shortage as you think.
Yeah, you're forgetting about Koopmeiners, right? If we play in a back three, Koopmeiners becomes the left center back.
Do you blame me for forgetting about Koopmeiners?
As Dahl would say, Poop Myers. But
by the way, again, for me, a lot is tied to Emil Holm, right? Now that you have another fullback that I think we will trust, and I hope that the management talked to Spalletti and he gave us okay. So my bet is that he will see like significant minutes. That means that, in my opinion, that McKennie is a full-time midfielder, which I honestly like.
Cam, he's become the full-time.
He's a cam. Yeah, McKennie's a cam.
No, I agree, but he gets starting minutes like every game now. Like he is next to Locatelli, maybe the midfielder that plays the most minutes in the since the turn of the new year.
And to kind of reinforce the shipping out of Daniele Rugani, right? We played into a back three, and Koopmeier started over Rugani as a center back, and that's kind of in a sense everything.
I don't think it's much of a loss.
If anything, it's more of a
didn't see a single minute, right?
No, and that's where I'm not really too upset. He wasn't getting the minutes anyways. It's just in case of an emergency break glass sort of situation.
At that point, you're fucked already.
Perhaps.
Because, like, for example, if Rugani was getting regular rotational minutes, or the other player, Felipe, if they were getting rotational minutes and someone got hurt and you don't have them, then you're screwed. If these guys aren't even breaking into the fold, you've already gone through a sizable drop-off, regardless. Because, like, the concern is right now, can't believe I'm saying this, but if you have anything other than Lloyd Kelly and Bremer as your center back too, the drop-off already is pretty substantial.
Yeah, let's get in Juve since 2011, and thank you for the previous comments there as well. I don't want to self-glaze myself too much, but thank you.
No, we do it all the time. What are you talking about? We always self-glaze. Yeah, F all the other content creators.
But no, Gatti is clearly still not recovered from injury. It's very clear when he does come on for the few minutes he's allowed to, it's not the greatest.
He got turned. I remember the game he came back. It was against Napoli. He got turned within a second. I'm like, bro, like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Gatti, he has that untangible.
He hasn't grown.
He's peaked, but he has that untangible of like the crazy eyes, right? Like if you just need somebody to just amp it up for whatever reason.
Yeah.
It's like in hockey when you need to put on your checking line just to put some guys in the boards and get the crowd going. He's that guy.
Yeah, but here's the problem: that doesn't work for Spalletti systems.
No, and I can see he is injured. I can see this perhaps being brought back to the table in the summer.
His hair has grown, damn it, Sal.
No, I think the thing with Gatti, I think he will become the next Rugani.
Yeah.
He will be there. Like he knows the club. He is at least blue collared, right? Like he will go at other people's throat. He is vocal. So I think it's always worth having a player like that on the roster. But honestly, like my opinion always was like I want him to be the fourth option. Like if we play a 3-man defense, maybe even the fifth option, right? But I think it's worth having a player like of that character like on the team. So I don't mind that too much. The problem is if you have a Gotti, if you have a Rugani, like you have two of that caliber. Yes, Rugani, in my opinion, is defensively more stable. He knows positioning a bit better, but I don't know.
Rugani's been a longer term professional. I think Gatti still.
But Rugani is getting up there at that age. And Gatti is now 27 as well. Am I correct?
Gatti has he in theory would have upside, but for me right now, off the body of work that I have seen him produce, he peaked the season Max pulled him up into the starting lineup.
Yeah. No, I think he reached his ceiling as well. I agree with that.
I think that's where he is. If he's, a renewal option between, 2 and 3 million a season, then I see some viability in it. But you can notice the quality, and I'm gonna cringe saying this, but you can notice the quality difference between Lloyd Kelly and Gatti.
Yeah,
I never thought I would have this conversation.
Nobody did. We've all been
we did a video on it, right? The resurgence of Lloyd Kelly, our Lord and Savior. But I didn't expect Spalletti to just, run with it with Lloyd Kelly. I mean,
I'm sorry, but even under Tudor, in my opinion, Kelly was already like way better than Gatti. I just think there's a significant like talent level and IQ difference in between it.
There's a sizable.
Do you remember when we said about Gatti? Wow, we like sometimes that he is unhinged and runs forward and blah blah blah. Kelly is doing that, but at a way better quality and less like a headless chicken. Like he reads the game better. He knows where to position. Do you remember the stats with progressive passes received? So he knows where to position himself in order to get the ball up front. So
he's one of those players that makes the system work.
And that's the thing. It's partly the system, right? He's coming from the Prem League where they play more of the system we're seeing with Spalletti as opposed to Tudor or whoever else before that. So, I mean, it works. But we're not here to talk about who we do have. Talk about who the hell we got rid of. We got rid of, for a second time, Douglas Luiz. So, he goes back to Aston Villa. They just transfer... Just move the transfer.
So I think
we got another 2 million for him. So we cashed out 2 loans effectively.
Exactly. So we got more money off of it. I'm wondering if it's just a dry loan or if there's an
option. There is an option to it.
Or an obligation.
Option is what I read at 25, but again, numbers are still very tentative at the moment.
So in theory, we lost almost 10 mil because
I think Villa wasn't able to do an obligation because of FFP. Like the most they could do was an option, and then see what the finances will be in the summer, from what I understood.
So this is where
from Prem sources, not like Fabrizio saying it or whatever, but Prem sources were stating that.
Just trust me, bro. This is where I look at this from the business sense, where I think this could be beneficial for us is Villa is air quotes challenging for the Prem. I'm air quoting that. How long it'll be sustained, we don't know. But I do want to kind of talk about this and say that this might actually work out in Juventus's benefit because he is playing at a high profile title race. And if he is able to play, Arsenal can choke. It's okay,
But not to Aston Villa.
Dude, whatever.
I wanted to, dude. Out of the teams that are there, I want Villa to win, but I don't know.
I'm not saying that they're gonna win, but I'm saying from the visibility of this is if Luis is able to turn it up the second half of the season, and with Villa being in financial ruin or having some financial issues, this could then work into our benefit because then we've effectively raised Douglas Luiz's market value, and we either A, reintegrate him into the squad, or B, we ship him off for a higher value. Because I think if he performs good, we should be able to get more than the 25 than that you would get from Villa.
If he plays in the Prem and
Yes.
puts him back on the radar in the Prem, I mean, we've seen the numbers that nobody's, in a sense, like going for 40, 50 million, like names you would never expect to. So why not? Why not cash in? I think you might. This could work out. This is a good gamble. You can put another couple mil in the bank. You're still amortizing his wages. So yes, when you look at the hard numbers, we're losing out. But in terms of the books, I think we're pretty close to even still. So, I mean, yeah, I it's one of those things. This is just how the cookie crumbled. He moves
And
back
he already started 2 games for them.
Yeah. So I mean, stupid transfer market.
Yeah, way too many cookies, bro.
No, it's even on my phone. Transfer market's doing this now.
Transfer market is terrible. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gotten. There's a glitch with the transfer market.
Official transfer website of the Dive.
Well, Serie A, of course. It's good for Serie A.
Exactly.
And hey, Serie A is being streamed in 1080p now. We just found out on the weekend.
About time my money went to something productive. It's probably because of the leftover money from the UFC ratings and views. All right. Joe Mario, do we want to talk about that, or do we just want to say, hey, Bob, see you later?
No, he gets
By the way, we just reached 2,360 subscribers.
Yes, we did that a couple hours ago, so thank you. If you're new here as well, I mean, welcome in.
Oh,
yeah,
we hit 60?
That was like...
We had a good day. We had a good day.
Yeah. So thank you to all of you.
We just popped off. I was like 254 earlier today. I feel special. Look at that. We got 4 subscribers. Yeah. Gremlin
Love you guys. And keep subscribing. Tell your friends.
Yeah. Tell your friends. Tell your uncles, your dogs, your cats, your bots. Tell ChatGPT to just spam our channel. So we lost Canadian Dave.
Just my camera. I lost my camera. I'm having
Canadian problems.
Yeah.
Look at that. That's how you tell that, USA. No.
You have other issues.
Yeah, we just we run people over. Let's go on to the into the arrivals. So who do we want to touch on first? Do we want to touch on Holm, or do we want to touch on Boga Tetoga?
Well, I was gonna do Holm because we had
Emil Holm.
Wow, but Antonio's asking about Boga, so for Antonio, we'll just do the Boga thing.
Okay. All right. Or do you want to cover the Zagrova potential sale, or do we not have anything on that? Because I didn't know that we were trying to sell them. So
no, we didn't try. There were inquiries on him from other clubs, but we rejected them, and the reports were saying that we want to make him work. I think the thing is, like, he was never properly fit.
No,
so
he still isn't. That's clear.
Find out, like, if he's fit and if he's able to play more minutes, how he will pan out. Like, we will try at least to make it work before selling him.
Yeah, because I mean, the injury that he's coming back from, it does take some time to come back and be effective from it, especially in the position that he plays in. I think, again, it would be a stupid idea if you were to purchase Boga and then you sell Zagrova, and then you have just Boga and Conceição. Because the other caveat that folks need to understand, and I kind of mentioned this yesterday, is that Boga hadn't played for personal issues or medical leave, which isn't really an injury. It's more so just kind of the situation in France, because, people there are kind of shitty people. And he hadn't played for over like 6 months now. So we don't know what the status of Boga is, physically, capability wise. So I'm not really too sure. It being a loan and an option, I think, is good business from Comoli, because he added a depth piece where it's low risk. If he doesn't work out, you send him back.
It's extremely low risk.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just that simple. You needed a Vice Yildiz, and we found one for essentially nothing. We don't even know how much this loan is costing us. It could be like $100,000 for all we know. It could be nothing. It could just be like, get him out of my club because he's not in good terms.
We can't use them. They can't use them. Yeah, they can't use them.
Like this could be pennies.
The good news is he knows Serie A. He knows a more pressing, aggressive style of footy. And I think, again, him playing at Sassuolo gives him the experience of playing in the league. He played for Roberto De Zerbi and played more of a champagne ball and a more offensive style of ball. Can play on the width. So I think, again, he's not a world beater. He's a great depth piece for rotational pieces. Again, breakdown defenses. Question is his stamina. The only question mark is because he was on personal leave, because the French ultras are just dickheads. He hasn't played for a while. And I think that plays into the factor of him not being expensive for the loan. And the good news is he's fresh, right? No injuries, no nothing. The bad news is how is he fitness level wise? I'm sure he passed the medical for Juve, so I don't think that's an issue. But again, it's more so game speed. Where he is game speed and capability wise. Though again, you have an experienced winger that's played in the league for a while before moving over to France, and I don't see anything wrong with it. If he doesn't perform, you send him back. If he becomes a sizable piece, or if he takes the starting role from Conceição and Zagrova, power to him. That's all I can say in regards to that. So I don't have any issues with this move.
So I do have more information. Since you can't look at my pretty face, I will show you what I pulled up here. I'll read it out because I know not everyone is looking. So, the situation escalated following a match in late November 25. After a 3-1 defeat in Lorient, Nice fans reportedly ambushed the team bus. Boga and teammate Tarem Mofi were specifically targeted, with reports alleging they were insulted, spat upon, and physically assaulted. Following the attack, both players were granted temporary leave for physiological and psychological recovery. Boga did not return, however, after this event whatsoever. Boga and Mofi initiated legal proceedings against the perpetrators and sought to terminate their contracts with Nice, citing that the club failed to ensure their safety.
Okay, so I do want to offer a correction here. So it was only 3 months, not 6. So I did embellish the time, so I do apologize.
So it does actually say here, before the incident, Boga had played regularly, making 14 appearances and scoring 2 goals. So yeah, it's a situation where he needed to leave, and we took him on. Like I said, it could be pennies. I wouldn't even be surprised if they're keeping the numbers quiet right now because of the legal proceedings.
Yeah.
So
he's fine physically. There's no physical concern.
I mean, we won't know until he's on the pitch, which he might be, because Yield is injured for a couple games, so he might actually get the start.
Yeah, I think he'll be fine.
But I mean, we might see him sooner than later. So yeah, I mean, that's the Boga situation. We've essentially, as far as we're concerned, paid a very nominal fee to get him. The option is there for 5 million, reported 5 million. So not even a lot. Like 5 million is not bad to get a depth piece if you decide to jump on that. Like if he has a hell of a season with us, if he can bang in a couple more goals, couple assists as he rotates Yildiz out, what's 5 million for another left winger?
It's not much at all.
Yeah. No, I want to see the performances first, of course, and
no
then
risk.
think about it. But we have virtually no risk, as you are saying. So, it is what it is. Like I take it. Maybe it will help to get Yildiz a breather. If not, if he's not ready to play, if there's anything like doubtful physically. I mean, we still have Openda there, so like Openda is a similar situation as Shigrova, right? He is fit, but we want to make him work.
Mhm.
So yeah, I mean it's an obligation with Openda, so we will pay money anyways for him. So that's again an issue of trying to make it work to increase some of the value or to make him attractive if you want to sell him, or if he becomes effective, having a pretty good player in the ranks. So, and yeah, why we try to make that work, it's good having a piece like Boga that you can maybe throw in and just see and find out if it can work or not. But yeah, there's virtually no risk. It doesn't hurt us anyway.
Yeah. Played for Sassuolo, played for Atalanta, and he might play against Atalanta on Thursday. Another ex-Atalanta player, but coming from Bologna. I want to say this is, at least from the views on the videos, this is definitely the more popular one of anything here. And that's Emil Holm, but we can't mention him without first mentioning the departure of João Mario. Nobody was surprised with that one, I don't think. João Mario leaving. What is surprising is that we essentially got a straight swap for a profile that might just work.
Yep.
So quickly, just on João Mario, it's a loan. We don't know the exact numbers. Like, we don't know any of the numbers on João Mario, but he did think about it. He did take a day to think about it. He did decide to move on. I don't know. We'll see. It's an option. He might have to come back in the summer as well, unfortunately. But that is essentially the same deal we made with Emil Holm, where it is an option. And there I've heard potentially somewhere in the region of 7 to 8 million.
That's a steal.
That, when I heard that, I'm like, because we paid 12 plus for Joao.
That's a steal.
13 plus? Yeah, no, that's 7 to 8 million. If that is true, not saying it is, but if that is true, by lord, that is, fuck yeah. I mean, you're going to pay at that point, what, 12, 13 million for a left winger and a right back?
Yep. That, and it's a serviceable right back option. It's a deputy Kalulu.
Mm-hmm. I love this. Like, Kalulu has literally played every single minute this season, all competitions. Just the fact that there's another dude there, they're like, hey, bro, cool off, take a break.
Oh, it's helpful. Look, and also the profile of Holm and why I like him for a couple of years now, and I was pretty sad a couple of years ago when Atalanta got him and we didn't. Like, he is so well rounded. Like, he is a similar profile to, if you think about it, like Danilo was a 7 rated player, game in, game out. And Holm, you can throw him in like almost like similar to that without him making big mistakes. He will be there. He will he will give you good performances. Like, he's a tall, physical dude. He doesn't moan. He is Scandinavian. So, I mean, it helps us in a way having a player like that. He is effective from set pieces. He is tall. He is good in aerial duels. Like, he is very well rounded. If you want to bring up his FODMOB profile as well,
I just want to see. Does he have this dirty stash in this photo? I gotta. Yeah, it's the dirty stash that I'm concerned about. More importantly, but yes, we'll bring up SofaScore.
Yeah, I mean, he's in the top 6 percentile of won aerial duels. He has a decent amount of shots on goal he tries. He is pretty well-rounded defensive actions. He is pretty well rated in goals. He doesn't create a ton of chances, but still, like, okay. And in ball possession as well, okay. Like, he will be a helpful and very serviceable player. I'm not saying he's a great player or whatever, but man, like he will be a very helpful player and is honestly a pretty close backup Kalulu, but in bigger.
We do the attribute overview here, not too far off. They're
Here's his numbers.
What's that?
No,
Anyways,
I was gonna say within 657 minutes, he's got 1 goal, 4 assists.
Yeah.
Yep. So here I lost him. Pure Kalulu. Let's go. Anyways, pretty much the same thing. Slightly less defensive, slightly more offense. Not a huge difference. A very similar profile in any case. Concerning though, and we can see here injury prone. And I don't know if that's because he's getting overworked, being one of the main protagonists there for Bologna. Or if is he just another medical incumbent? What do we have here in terms of injury?
he's in competition with Nadir Zotea for minutes.
And I think
he's the starter for Bologna.
They're running around, right?
Yeah, so they're like splitting the minutes. Like they're both getting what is the Zotea? That was the other one. You said Emil had how many minutes?
Zotea
657.
Oh no, sorry, Calabria moved on a while ago. Sorry.
Does it say here how many minutes he plays, or do I have to go back to the other on appearances, starting minutes, total minutes 11? Okay, so he's about 45% more than Emil. Okay. So yeah, that just kind of makes the injury situation more concerning, but that's also why there's a lopside in the minutes because he was injured. It's just it's a concern. It's a concern. I don't know how much I need to be concerned about this.
If it is a concern, it's worth taking a shot at it. Like we said, you're not getting incredible deals, incredible value for underrated players like in January. You get pieces that either to one reason or another don't get playing time and want out, or clubs want to increase the value of players and send them out. Like there are a multitude of reasons why players are moving in January, but most of them are not. You get an underrated player with an incredible ceiling for peanuts. Like that is not what's happening in January. But in terms of value, I think these are, like, Holm is also a very good transfer if it's true with the 7 to 8 million buy option. Like if he turns out to be a good a good player that can rotate with Kalulu, why not? It's not a lot of money, man.
Here's the statement that destroys the argument that anyone would have concerning Holm. How much is the numbers that we would purchase him by? What is it?
7 or 8.
7 to 8 million is.
What's his market value? 11. You got it. 12. You've effectively got him 5 million cheaper than his market value. Good deal. Done. Shut up. We're done. Right? Like that's.
Yeah. When you throw the numbers down, I mean,
that's
still a good deal.
Like there's nothing unless he somehow tears his Achilles or something stupid there. Don't speak from experience. But if he does anything like that, then obviously, but yeah, he's 12 million. You get him for 7. Good business. Move on. He's a depth piece.
Yep. And I mean, that's less of a concern that he's a depth piece. He won't be as.
It helps the versatility of the team, man. Like you don't need to use McKennie as a backup right back anymore. You can properly use McKennie in the midfield now, where honestly he is excelling currently.
Airborne.
Whether you use him as an 8, as in 10, he's always doing his damn job. He's creating chances all of a sudden. He's scoring goals. Like he's got them scorpion kicking the ball to the net. So
that was again beautiful.
So no, it just helps McKennie getting consistency, right? And we're trying to tie him up to a new contract as well as we speak. So no, it helps to have like two starting level fullbacks. So
this is interesting.
I don't mind it at all. It helps him.
Cool to look at too. You look at his 24-25 season, he's rated 7, 23-24 7, and it dips to 6.75, 6.8.
He's always in and around that.
He's that consistent 7, which is
Yeah.
nice.
Yeah.
You know, and he was younger. Like we're talking about 24,
Yeah.
23. He goes into the sixes when he's in 22 and younger in the lower leagues. So,
and
He's
also
been
look at
consistent.
the numbers he played before. Like this season is pretty much an aberration.
so season 20. No, that's the wrong competition. Last year, he had get out of here. Started 12 minutes per game, 54 total minutes, 1137. 21 appearances. So, I mean, a solid number 2, I guess, is what these numbers are telling me. Like he isn't your starter, but he will
That's not
come in.
that's not what he's supposed to be.
No, he's not. So the numbers make sense. Belletti alluded to in the presser that McKennie is their 8 to 10. I mean,
Yeah,
accurate. Yeah.
and he's right. We don't have a better 8/10 currently.
Mm-hmm. And I'm going to go back to your comment there too. I can't believe we gave up on Alberto. But this is literally how desperate the situation
It is. And also, you are overstating Alberto, man. It was like from Alberto to Joao Mario, dude. It was such like sideways moves that honestly, I don't care at all. Like which of those two we would have had on the team.
Alberto is having a good season.
Alberto barely played minutes.
Well, no,
Like-
that's true. But I think what makes it hurt is when he first left, he was kind of hot.
Yeah, against what?
I
Like
know,
the random
I know,
Qatari
but
teams.
God damn, like we don't.
Casablanca.
He's not prime Philip Lahm or whoever.
No, so yeah, it was Joao Mario turned out to be worse than we had hoped. Sure, that sucked.
Yeah,
On paper, when we looked at it,
we basically earned like it was a difference of 2 million that we earned.
and that is really the point. Is that the club was in such dire straits financially that
Still
they
is.
thought they were gonna make a lateral move and make $2 million out of it. Now,
Yes.
it was a bit of a gamble and it didn't quite work out, granted. However, we're finally kind of cleared out of this whole financial fair play situation. We're still getting charged a few €100,000, but I mean it's on a 3-year cycle, right? We have 3 years to balance the books. We've now like balanced the books, but that means we have no money. We're at zero, essentially. I want to say we were probably around $5 million, judging by what I've seen. Unfortunately, the financial report is not up to the current numbers. It goes to I think it's December last year's. But regardless, I can only extrapolate that data from the evidence that I've seen that you basically had to throw a couple $1 million in the bank to keep the books in the black, to not get fucked by more financial fair play. And the club has essentially just held steady onto that. And I mean, once all this Champions League money, once all this other money comes flowing in the summer, now, and we're going to assume Spalletti continues on, and we're going to know at that point, are we Champions League? Are we Europa League? How much money we're actually going to be playing with? So this January market was very much like, what can we do? We have 3 positions we need to add depth to. Okay, we took a little bit from the defense. Granted, we talked about that. Not a huge deficit. And we added in 2 key areas, and we missed out in another one, and we're only in that situation due to injury. We did that with like $2 million in the bank account. So at the end of the day, was this a lackluster January transfer market? Yeah, and I'm fucking happy that it was.
Yeah, because there was no reason to do anything crazy. There's no reason to make any splashes in the transfer window. The team is functioning as we speak.
We're in 4th
Spalletti
place.
somehow made them work. They are fighting on the pitch. They look revitalized. They press all of a sudden. They play quickly with dynamism and everything. Like Just let it play out. We literally just got some depth pieces just to be secure. If anyone gets an injury, we have someone to throw in, and that's it. Like there was literally no reason to do anything crazy or do any splashes. There's no reason to get a striker. Why? Like why?
If it worked out,
We have
sure,
a
but
Jonathan David that is working. And maybe, just maybe, Openda will be a working function as well. And maybe he will get repetition and some minutes as striker. I know it's not his primary position, but now that we have Boga as a vice Yildiz, maybe it helps Openda concentrate on one specific position on the pitch.
Hey,
So
someone want to
see,
pull David's stat line?
no,
what?
there's literally no reason to do anything crazy. We have
Pull,
two
pull.
strikers that are working. We have a Vlahovic that will return in 2 months, maybe, just maybe.
Yeah.
And goddamn, like it is what it is. No reason to do anything crazy.
Yeah, pull.
Every position, if you think about it, is double covered now. We have two strikers, and two are sitting at the J Medical still. We have now two left wingers. We have two right wingers. And yeah, midfield is basically double covered as well. So it's all good, man.
Yeah, with a couple next gen guys like Adjit. She got a young guy in there.
Yeah.
You have your Swiss Army knife and McKennie. You
Left
have
backs, we still have Cambiaso, Kostic. Right side, Kalulu and Holm. And I think Holm will get more minutes than Joao Mario, so we finally have a second player to play.
Mhm.
So it's all good.
So overall, we've slightly improved the team, right? Again, not a big splash. There's slight improvements in a couple key areas. The fact that they're in key areas makes a slight improvement, kind of a moderate improvement in a sense. But look, we are currently in fourth, 1 point back from third. We are currently about to face Atalanta in the quarterfinals in the Coppa Italia. And we're going to the playoff round in the Champions League. Where the fuck were we in the end of October?
Me raging every fucking stream about Tudor.
You were barely there. You barely watched the matches.
Oh, I watched the replays. Angrily. And I'm still waiting for Skippy.
Canadian Dave deserves a prize for enduring everything.
Oh yeah, doing that shit on stream.
Yeah, you know, I'll be like Trump. I'll just demand you give me your prize.
So 7 goals, 5 assists from Jonathan David is his stat line right now. You do not need another striker, and you do not need a Randall Colomugnani as the content creator market was pushing for.
And I bet if we had forced the move for him, it would have been I don't know, we get him for 6 months and then it's an obligation
50.
of 40, 45, 50 something. You don't need to tie yourself to a deal like that currently.
And it's not giving you your target man number 9 that you need.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't understand the logic behind what I saw on X where everyone's like, we need to make a move for Colo because he was working. Bro, for 6 months, he only scored 4 goals. Like, what are we talking about here?
It's old nostalgia.
Well, maybe because he scored some goals in the Club World Cup against
nostalgia. We both nostalgia with
we did. I know it's ridiculous.
I don't know if someone in the chat can answer this, but what is this like? What the hell was this obsession with Colomugnani?
And what do we owe him? Because people are saying, "Oh, we let him high and dry." Bro, PSG wanted 60 goddamn million euros for him.
Yep, PSG priced him out essentially. Which we know is an unfair valuation.
PSG tried to milk us because they spent almost 100 million euros on him because he had a good half a season at Frankfurt, and they wanted to get that money back from us.
This is kind of full circle in a sense. The fact that Kamoli isn't making all these insane, exciting transfers. But what is exciting, what gets me hard, is the fact that he's like, no, fuck you. you're ridiculous. I'm not making that deal. You can't push me around. What? Because the predecessors of the past 100+ years have rolled over, face down, assed up, and did what you please? No, not anymore. I'm at the table now, so let's fucking talk. And those terms are ridiculous. Do better or we'll leave. And that's the biggest win. As a system, as a club, as a business, the fact that your lead negotiator is willing to say, no, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
I'm applauding him. I'm applauding him for that. Because that's a huge improvement.
Yeah, I don't, and again, I don't know what these journalists are saying. Some of these journalists are saying Tottenham have turned down Juve's last proposal for Kolo Muani, who's expected to stay at Tottenham until June. I don't understand like why there was this big push for it. Like I don't know. I mean, it's kind of weird. Or
the club
like
put out feelers. Is it
that's
any
one
different?
thing, right? That's one thing if they're putting out feelers just to kind of stir the market a little bit. But it's just like you have all these people like on X right now. Kolo Muani's return always felt improbable between PSG being a preliminary hurdle and the contending with Spurs, surely not wanting to part with a useful depth in the middle of the season. Bro, Kolo's been asked for Tottenham. Has he scored at all?
Yeah, he's got something, but he hasn't done much. I think so. Yeah, I can't remember. It's not dropping the bucket.
Like maybe a single goal, and like everyone's like losing their damn mind over this. Like, am I missing something here that like I'm not seeing about Kolo?
He has.
No, he has 0 goals in the Premier League. 16 matches, 0 goals.
Yeah, it's not good.
What are we on about?
That's what I've been saying. Like, why do people make it out as there's such a desperate need to get him? Like, why do we need to make another player like I don't know. Like, he will not be a focal point at this team. The team is working as presently constructed. There's no need to experiment. There's no need to replace Jonathan David. He is working out as we speak. He is finally getting into a rhythm. Like, he's scoring goals almost every match currently. Or every other match at least. So take it easy with all these transfers, tying money to players that and I don't know, in a year's time we will again say, oh my god, we had to loan them because nobody wanted to buy them for the 40 million we need in order to, I don't know, to be net zero again. So I don't see why people are seeing such a need to buy and buy and buy.
But do you see how long this took me to find out that all of his numbers are 0?
I told you it is 0. Like,
but all of the numbers are 0. All of them. The only ones that aren't 0 are XG, because he has 5 big chances missed. So he
has an XG of 1.
He put a 0 up.
Dave, tell me how crazy it is. XG of 1.33 and literally nothing.
And he has
0.7 shots.
Everything else starts with a 0.
Yeah, and he has again 1,000 minutes in the Prem.
No reason.
The only thing that he's been decent in is in the Champions League with 314 minutes played, 3 goals and 2 assists.
Yeah, he shows up in the Champions League.
Yeah, but look who they played. Look who they played.
Slavia Prague. Okay, yeah, I mean PSG, Copenhagen, Monaco, Villarreal. Yeah, they've had a pretty easy go at it, to be fair. Yeah.
Yeah, so we got a goal against Frankfurt and then
Frankfurt concedes 3.5 goals per game now.
Yeah,
2 against PSG when PSG was winning 5. PSG won 5-3 and he got 2 goals.
They didn't care about the game, man. It's Tottenham. They didn't care about the game.
No.
In any case, yeah, bullet dodged. Another bullet dodged.
Yeah, so the game, so this is kind of funny. So no, it was kind of balanced, but PSG started running away with the game, and then Kolo Muani scored in garbage time.
That was, I believe, the crazy Vitinha game where he scored goals from
everywhere.
Outside the box.
Yeah. Vitinha had 3.
Yeah, you see, Vitinha hat-trick. I remember.
Yeah. My German friend.
Believe it or not, guys, I'm watching a lot of Premier League football. I watched Polo play at Tottenham, and he is, I'm telling you,
Ass. He is
he is
ass.
dog shit there. And imagine in that open play style, if he doesn't work out there, there's no need to get another loan with possibly an obligation for I don't know, 45, 50, 55 million or God knows what. Like, no need at all. It's such a sideways move that will cost us money long term. Like, there's no need to do any of that crap.
Yeah, I just, for me, again, I kind of said this. I would have rather been, and some people can roll around and be mad about it. I'd rather be linked to Icardi than Colo. Like that link just made no sense to me whatsoever.
Cheeky Icardi on a free transfer.
You want to know how many goals he has, by the way, Mario Icardi? The same team that he plays with Osimhen on. He already 19 matches, 10 goals.
And he's basically a backup.
And he's their backup.
Yeah, I know Sal doesn't look like he wants it. If the money was right, I would not have been opposed to it.
If it was a loan until the end of the season, F it. Because Icardi would easily overtake Otamendi.
Dude, it's not like we will pay I don't know an expensive obligation or whatever for him.
No. He's 33 years old.
I mean, to have a half functioning backup striker.
Yeah, 32 years old. I believe he's out of a contract at the end of the year.
Yes. Yep.
So
that's why I said cheeky free transfer in the summer.
Free transfer, and he effectively becomes your number 2 behind David. Because if you look at the stat line, last full season, 47 games in 23-24, 32 goals, 11 assists. Tore his ACL last season, 14 games, 6 goals, 1 assist. This season, behind Victor Osimhen, 30 games, 11 goals, 2 assists. That's perfect backup for me to play behind Jonathan David.
Damn. Wanda and Vanya on the same team would have been crazy.
Yeah, it would have.
Okay, well, we got through everyone in a decent amount of time. Good. That was it.
Really?
That was the transfer news. That was 12 names total. Next gen and first team, of course. So, how
did we tackle this comment?
Yeah, we did. Yeah, sorry, LJJ.
Defenders get injured.
Yeah, we definitely. Yeah, we would talk like 5 minutes on that. So LJJ, sorry. Yeah, you'll have to go back, catch the replay. We definitely spent a few minutes on that. I mean,
you don't get a top midfielder in January. Or you can get them, but
the midfielder.
You need to splash. You need to splash for a proper midfielder. I agree. We need the top midfielder, but you're not getting that in January for cheap. So you can already scratch that one out. Defender, we got a fullback. That is serviceable.
Yeah, and then we got rid of
that
Rugani.
will take the load off Kalulu. And if you need to have a backup defender, you can use Kalulu.
Who does Juve go after in the summer? Apparently, Colo is what I just read on X.
Colo Mugnani. Gosh, I remember BZ was pushing that a couple of weeks ago. Like, we should get Randall because he knows the system and was doing well under Tudor. And I'm like, who the hell?
Bro, it's such a different football. What the hell are you even saying, man?
I don't. Maybe Spalletti will work his magic with him. I'm like, okay, great. Yeah, sure.
Yeah, this is from Fabrizio. But he's been a click merchant this transfer market because
click. Kicking the tires is one thing, and I'm fine if Juve kick the tires. But if Juve, and this is again, I think there's nothing wrong with Camoli kicking the tires. It's just if we were to commit to something, and I do want to end on this because I think this is kind of ironic and funny. Remember the winter transfer market that Giuntoli brought in Alcaraz and Giallo? Yeah, and nobody bitched at him for it, but Camoli.
Oh, we did. We said, what the hell are you doing?
No. I know. We bitched. No. I know. But I'm saying the overall take on the internet, nobody bitched about it because they were just busy hating Max instead of, this season, allegedly now everybody's throwing Kamoli pitchforks for bringing Boga and Holm, which are two players you can actually fucking use. So I just
nothing essentially.
Cost nothing, where Alcaraz was a $5 million loan for not even a Premier League player, a league or a championship league player, mind you. And Jallo had an ACL tear and could not play at all. So I do want to remind folks that, are like, Kamoli's a fraud, Kamoli's this, Kamoli's that, and blah, blah, blah. Giuntoli had the opportunity to push for the title, but he was busy pushing his Thiago Motta agenda. So call a spade a spade. Kamoli actually does support Spalletti.
So to close this up then, and yes, Dash, you laid the smackdown on that one. Absolutely. That needs to be said. Remind people recency bias is a bitch. But how are we rating this? The poll is out of 4 because it only lets me put 4 options in on YouTube, so it's kind of shitty. But let's do out of 10 for us. How do you rate it, Dash?
10. You got 2 depth pieces for crucial parts of your system and rotational pieces. That makes sense. Boga can offload the non so important games or garbage minutes for Yildiz. If Yildiz requests a sub, you throw in Boga. So that's the best thing you can do right now. And then same thing, for example, with Holm. Kalulu can either rotate in the center and then you put in Holm and you can rest one of your center backs. You have, again, more flexibility there, whether or not you want to give Kalulu a rest if he's, knocked or tired. I think 2 crucial positions right now is Kalulu and Yildiz, and you've gotten rotational pieces for your cornerstones for your team right now. So I think there's nothing better you could have done. Again, I don't see a necessity to bring in a striker. I don't see a necessity to bring in a midfielder. If you have McKennie kind of popping off as the 8/10, and you just have Locatelli and you have Thuram cover the defensive phases, and you just attack through the wings and use McKennie in the center now as an additional threat for David, you've already essentially effectively changed the whole outlook of your team, and you've added 2 conservative or crucial rotational pieces. So nothing you can do better, in my opinion.
You always have to fuck up the bell curve, though, and go straight to 10.
Well, fuck it.
Dave, what are you giving it?
I'm giving it I don't know, a solid 7. It has been solid, man.
Yeah,
we didn't do anything crazy. We increased depth, and increasing depth, in my opinion, is important. That honestly, how long are we saying, oh my god, the depth? As soon as we take that player out, the performance dramatically gets worse. So yeah, for me it's a solid 7. We didn't do anything crazy. We increased the depth. We raised the ceiling of the team, in my opinion, because if you increase the depth, you have more options. You can rotate. You can give some players rest. That helps you in the long term. So that's my mark for it.
And that's more where I was going. Is that, I mean, 10 would have been the year we got Locatelli. No, sorry, I had to give the dig. In hindsight,
no, I would have given it something of like, I don't know, an 8 or a 9 if we got a better winger than Boga, right? Or we got a proper striker and use Openda then on the left. Like if we got a bigger name or a name with bigger output, then I would have given it a better mark. But it's been solid, and that's the point of it.
Yeah, I gave it the 10 because they were cheap.
Yeah, it's just where your goalposts are, like the context you put it in, right? Yeah. And on one hand, I put that context of like the actual profiles that we did get. Holm is a little bit more exciting. I am interested to see what he does. Boga, I think he's just going to be straight up depth piece. He's not going to impress. He's going to have those games here and there, but I think he'll just be serviceable. For me, it was more so the fact that Kamoli continues to say no, as I went on about a few minutes ago. So that's huge for me as well. Just the fact that they're being fiscally responsible. They're acting like adults.
Yep.
And I love it. It's what the club needs at the moment. I get it. It's not exciting. People are losing their mind because it's not exciting. But when you actually look in the nuance of it all, which I hope
healing, guys. We
were in a very good spot. So I'm also going to give it a 7 because this is exactly where we need to be. It's solid. I'm loving it. If I can maybe make, do you guys know the song Trooper or the song from Trooper 3 dressed up as a 9?
No.
It's basically about a girl who's a 3, but she's dressed up like she's a 9, right?
So it's like every girl.
Yeah, the song's from 1979, so like the girls were a little bit classier back then. So this girl must be.
We convinced David.
Awesome. But yeah, 3 dressed up as a 9. Like on the surface, this looks like a 3, but when you dig down and look through everything, yeah, it's dressed up as a 9. Molly's doing what he's doing, management's doing what they're doing, and we're preparing for the summer where it really fucking matters. We're in a good spot. All right. Shut her down, boys.
We did it.
We did it. All right. Well, on that note, thank you everyone for joining us for this kind of, I don't want to say impromptu Monday Night Live, but we usually do a pre-record on Monday nights. So thank you for joining us. It's a little bit out of schedule. But Thursday, we got a Coppa Italia match. And I don't know, are you guys going to be there?
Thursday.
Thursday.
Tentative.
I'll be there.
My schedule's always tentative on that.
I'll be there. I took the day off.
I will be maybe 5 to 10 minutes late, but I'm going to be there.
That's fine. Okay, so point is, Thursday, we're going to be here. Maybe not so much Dash, but I took the day off. I had to take holidays. I have too many holidays banked.
Must be nice. Must be nice.
When you work for the company as long as I do, you get a few days off. What can I say?
Yeah, it must be nice. And I wish I worked in Canada instead of the United States because your labor laws are way better.
This is also true. You work in a country that doesn't really care about their workers.
Yeah, and unfortunately, I have a position that makes me responsible for a lot of crap.
Yeah. Sorry, dude. Come to Canada?
Hence the blazer. I have not. I am still in my clothes from the office, folks. That's how much I care about you people. I am in my blazer and my dress shirt. So,
okay. Well, let's get this guy to the showers and getting him to dinner. We're shut this boy down. Guys, like, subscribe. Thank you so much. Follow us on all platforms. That's YouTube, Twitch, X, Kick, Instagram, and for match days, we are on Assist as well. Follow us everywhere. Thank you so much. Thanks the chat and Jay Carr, who just decided to fly in here last second. Love you all. See you Thursday. Take care.
Go Carr yourself.